All right, let's get going here. Have a strap close by. I'm assuming you have one. Yeah. And today we're going to start laying down on our back. Just have the strap handy. When you get there, squeeze knees into your chest. Just rock a little bit from side to side. Oh, and then let's reach the arms up overhead. Just a little wider than shoulders distance apart, palms face towards each other. Straighten the legs out on the floor. And then flex the feet so your toes are pointing up towards the ceiling. It's like you're going to stand on a wall in front of you. Good. Keep your left leg extended. Bend your right knee into your chest. Give a little squeeze, and you can hold on to the shin or the thigh and just start to make some gentle little circles. They can be big, they can be small. Switch directions if you haven't already. Good, and then go ahead and come back to center, extend right leg back to straight on the floor. Let's point through the toes. So you get a little stretch on the top of the leg, the shin, the ankle. You're gonna feel this in the toes a little bit, so it feels really nice. And then flex the feet again, hug your left knee in. Good, starts to make some gentle circles there. Just moving one direction. And then eventually moving the other direction, just kind of noticing how this side feels in your body. Good, come back to center. Extend left leg straight. Reach the arms up overhead again. And then this time, let's interlace the fingers. So pressing the palms to face behind you. Feel the inner arms wrap towards the outer arms. And then go ahead and just point and then flex the feet. Good, and then you're gonna exhale, release your arms by your side. So we're gonna just start a few moments here in a little mini Shavasana. So if you feel okay having your legs extended like this, there's no sensation in your lower back, stay like this. Otherwise, bend your knees, take your feet as wide as the mat and just allow them to knock in towards each other. You're gonna feel your chin gently tuck towards your chest so you're lengthening through the back of that neck, upper spine area. And then just begin to melt into your Ujjayi breath. So start to find that smooth, steady inhale through your nose. That full, complete exhale through your nose. Allow that sound to really draw you in. So take your attention there, bring your focus there. So everything, all of the background noise just melts away. The chatter in your head will kick up, but kind of just let it drift away also. You keep coming back to that sound, that rhythm of your breath. Observe if you're gripping anywhere in your body, holding on, places that you don't need to. See if you can soften in those spots. It often helps to just visualize the exhale going to those places. So there's a sense of release. Good, nice deep inhale. Open your mouth, sigh the breath out, let it go. Ha, heel toe your feet together, blink your eyes open. And then you're gonna reach down, you're gonna grab your strap. We're gonna do our little supine Utthita Hasta Padangusthasana series, so our hand to big toe pose. So strap goes around the sole of your foot, slightly below the bridge, a little bit above the arch. So you're in the upper third of the foot. I'm gonna take one strap in each hand. You come down as far as you need to so that both shoulder blades can settle into the mat. If you're watching this on YouTube and you don't have a strap, you could literally use like a sweatshirt, a belt, a scarf. Barring that, you could just hold behind your thigh. That would work too. That's going to give you the same sensation. So activate that leg that's lifted. Feel both hip plates underneath you pressing down into your mat. So just feeling really steady here. So for some of us right away, if we're a little tighter, we're getting a big sensation already. For many of us, there's not much going on. So if you're in that camp, you're going to start to extend forward through your left leg. So you're bringing it to straight. You're going to press into the center of that left heel. Toes are pointing up towards the ceiling. So it's as though you're standing on both feet here, even though they're facing different directions. And then I want you to see if you can just draw your right hip crease forward a little bit. And if it's helpful for you, you could actually take your right thumb there and gently press. That's going to give you a little more sensation. Breath smooth and steady, always reminding yourself periodically to come back to the breath. From here, we're going to take both straps into the right hand. And you can take your left hand on your left thigh, whether or not that leg is extended. If the leg is extended, I want you to press down a little bit, just reminding that left hip plate to keep pressing. Deep inhale. And then as you exhale, keep the backside of your body pressing evenly as you extend that right leg off to the right. And it's going to go to different places for all of us. So stop at that place where you're getting sensation. As we're here for a few breaths, maybe you can release into this stretch a little more. Good, we're gonna inhale that leg up to center. Both straps come into your left hand. You're gonna bring your right arm out in a T shape. So if you don't have a strap at home, you can come into this twist with the knee bent, or you can again just hold on to the outer right leg with your left hand. Right, so we're gonna start to roll to the left. So this right hip plate is gonna pop up this time. For some of us, hips are going to start to stack on top of each other. What we are looking for is this right shoulder blade to keep pressing down evenly. If it lifts up, you've gone too far. Even here, can you find that sensation of that thumb pressing into that hip crease, drawing forward? It's going to just shift where you're getting stretch. Might feel kind of nice. You might be gazing up at the ceiling here. Perhaps you're looking out of your right fingertips. And again, you back out a little bit if you need to. If you've gone too far and it's too much, do less. If you're a little more open, if you've been practicing a little longer, maybe you start to melt in the opposite direction. So you find a little more as we're here for a few more breaths. Inhale up to center. Good, right big toe towards your left shoulder head. So backside of the body presses. This is kind of just like a little diagonal stretch, but it packs a really big punch. So you're going to feel this in the glute, hamstring. Keep breathing. Is there tension in your jaw and your face? Can you soften there? Good. Come back to center. And then go ahead and release the strap from that foot. Hug both knees in. Just give yourself a little squeeze. Maybe already this is starting to feel a little easier. And then place your right foot down on the floor and we take the second side. So strap goes around the sole of the foot. So kind of the upper third, you're below the bridge, slightly above the arch. You come down as far as you need to on your strap so that shoulder blades press and so that that leg can start to straighten. And if you're tighter, it's not going to go all the way to straight. That's absolutely fine. So just a few breaths here in this initial shape, kind of sussing this out, noticing how it feels as compared to the other side. Again, if you don't have a strap, you're just holding behind your thigh. That totally works. If you would like a little more sensation here, begin to extend a right leg to straight so that leg is so active. It's as though you're standing on that foot. That inner right thigh is spiraling down. Shoulder blades remain heavy here. So if you extend that leg and you lose any of that, just bend the knee again. And then we're going to start to take that extension of the left leg off to the left. So holding both straps in your left hand, right arm. Actually, we're going to take our right palm on top of our right thigh, just reminding this leg to anchor down. And again, if you don't have a strap, you can just hold on to the back of your leg. Some of us are flexible and long enough to hook our big toe. You could also do that variation. So exhaling, left leg comes off to the left. Just go far enough. Go far enough that you're getting the stretch in your body. Remembering that day to day that changes. So our yoga practice is this really fluid thing. It's always a little different, even though we're doing the same stuff over and over again. A couple more good breaths here. All right, we're going to inhale up to center, and we're going to come into our deep twist here. So left arm is going to come out in a T shape. Both straps come to your right hand. Maybe you bend the knee if you don't have a strap. Hold on to the knee, and then start to extend that left leg off to the right. So you'll know you've gone too far if that left shoulder blade starts to pop up off the mat. So we want to keep that pressing. Some of us are going to have this hip stack a little more. Some of us are going to barely have that left hip plate lifting up off the mat at all. All good variations. And again, so knee bent, holding on with a strap with your leg extended. Few of us might be grabbing the outer edge of the foot. So for those of us that are a little more flexible, probably mostly in the hamstring here, glute area. Finally, in this twist, you might be looking out over your left fingertips. That's going to stretch into the right side of the neck. It might feel kind of good. Right, so from here, inhale up to center. And then tiny movements, so holding on with your straps still. Back side of the body presses evenly, but bring your left big toe towards your right shoulder head. Doesn't have to go very far. Ooh. And you should be feeling it. Keep breathing. Can you send your exhale to the belly of the hamstring, outer hip, glute area? This one is intense. It's really great. Nice asymmetric stretch, which is always really good for the lower back. It's good if you tend to get sciatica. Couple more breaths. Good. Inhale back to center. Give both knees a squeeze in. Maybe you're feeling like an inch taller, hopefully. Just rock and roll a little bit from side to side. And then let's start to roll forward and back, assuming that it feels okay on your spine. If it doesn't, you simply roll off to one side or the other. We're eventually going to roll all the way up to seated, pass through seated, and then come to your tabletop. I got to pause. All right. So shoulders over wrists, fingers spreading, knees underneath hips, moving into your cat-cow. So at your pace, arching in the lumbar on that inhale, and then exhale, really pressing the mat away, rounding in, firming your shins down into the mat, letting the neck lengthen. And letting this feel really good, paying attention to how things are feeling. If you're feeling a little lethargic today, speed your breath up. If you're feeling a little anxious, if there's a lot on your plate, slow the breath down. So kind of just using the breath as a tool to modulate how we're feeling energetically. Couple more rounds. Really soaking up that sound of your breath. All right, on your next inhale, come back to a neutral spine. You're neither arching nor rounding. Walk your hands forward a couple of inches. Good, keep your belly lifted. Shift shoulders slightly ahead of your wrists. Couple little mini chaturangas here. So squeeze the outer hips in. Keep the elbows squeezing in as you exhale, lower halfway. Inhale, press up. Lovely, Pamela. As you exhale, lower. Inhale, press up. Exhale, lower. Inhale, press up. And this time we exhale, lower, pause. Keep your gaze forward, keep breathing. Shoulder heads lifting. Next exhale, land in one piece on your belly. Good, we're gonna reach our arms by our side, anchor down into your feet so you're pressing into all 10 toenails. Legs activate here, so you're feeling your inner thigh spiral up. The glutes are gonna fire here. As you inhale, keep the feet anchoring, but chest extends forward and up. Good. You're just pressing down here. With each inhale, you're feeling a little lift, a little lightness. I'm actually getting a toe cramp here in my right foot. That sometimes happens in this pose. So know that it eventually does go away, especially if you're newer to yoga doing this pose. Those foot cramps aren't uncommon. As you exhale, lower down. This time we're going to interlace our fingers at the small of our back. If that isn't in the cards for you, you just repeat this variation, or you could also grab your strap and use that so you're pulling out on the strap. So as you inhale again, anchor down into feet, hip bones, pubic bone, but extend head and chest forward and up. Try to lift the shoulder heads a little more, and then squeeze the shoulder blades in towards each other. These look good. So nice little shoulder stretch, little thoracic stretch. As you exhale, you lower down. If you were interlacing your fingers, just change the cross. This time, we have the option as we inhale to lift everything up. So if you add the legs into the mix and it makes your lower back feel wonky, you place the legs back down. But essentially you're dragging your knuckles or your fingers back towards your heels, whether they're lifted or pressing down. Good, one more deep inhale, lift a little higher. And then exhale, place your feet down, bring your fingertips underneath your shoulder heads. So we're in our Bhujangasana. Good, exhale, roll down a few times like this. Inhale, extend forward and up. Exhale, lower. So you're not pressing into your hands a lot here. You generating this movement from the muscles in your lower back. Couple more, just moving with your breath. Good, inhale up, hold here. If you're ready to go a little deeper, you drag your hands back, wrists underneath elbows. As you inhale again, you press into the tops of your feet. Just press into your hands, start to straighten the arms, press shoulder heads back. Again, legs really active. Again, if you come into this pose and it doesn't feel good, you lower back down to Bhujangasana. They're both accomplishing the same thing. Really lovely. From your upward facing dog, you can roll over your toes to downward facing dog. If you're in your low cobra, you are going to press to your tabletop and then find downward facing dog. First downward dog of the day here. Find a little movement if that feels good in your body. So pedaling feet back and forth. Shifting hips side to side. You can flip onto the top of one foot, then the other. So whatever you need here. Then bringing your feet to hips distance apart, finding a place of stillness. You can always have a little bend in the knees in this pose throughout the entire practice, but especially in the beginning when we're a little tighter still. Good. From here, we're going to start to walk our feet forward to meet our hands. Good. As you inhale, hands on shins or thighs, chest extends forward, gaze comes forward. Find that cobra feeling of elbows squeezing in. Exhale, lower down. Back of the neck lengthens and releases. Couple more like this. Inhale, lengthen, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, fold. So you don't want to be gripping your toes, but you don't want to be sitting back in your heels either. Split the difference. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold in. Pressing down into your feet, stretching arms out and up. Take up lots of space. Let it feel really good. Beautiful. As you exhale, hands come together at your heart. Inhaling, reaching. As you exhale, gracefully fold in. Feel those inner thighs spiral back as sit bones reach. Inhale into your Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, fold into your Uttanasana. Pressing down into your feet, stretching arms out and up. Exhale, hands come together at your heart. So those are Ardha Surya Namaskara, half sun salute. Inhale, reach. Exhale, fold in. Your eyes might be closed here. Sometimes that can feel really nice. Inhale, chest extends. Exhale, fold. Good. Pressing down into your feet, stretching arms out and up. Good. Exhale, hands come together at your heart. Let's add a little side bend this time. Inhale, reach. Right fingertips to left wrist. As you exhale, lean to the right. Good. Inhale up to center. Left fingertips to right wrist. Exhale, side bend to the left. Inhale up. Good. Exhale, fold in. Inhale, chest lengthens forward. Exhale, fold into your Uttanasana. Pressing down into your feet, stretching arms out and up. As you exhale, hands come together at your heart. Let's do 2 more of those. Let's add the side bend. I'm not going to cue you. Just move with your breath at your pace. Good, and just pausing here, noticing how you're feeling. Let's get into the arms a little bit, the shoulders. So we're gonna take our right arm in front and just hold with your left hand. You might hook with your elbow. That shoulder likes to creep up around the ear, so soften down. So you're just using a little strength from that left arm to pull in. You should be getting a nice stretch. Outer arm, tricep area. And then check in with your feet here. Have you started to grip your toes at all? Soften. Feel the arches lift and engage. So I'm standing with my feet together. Most of us are probably standing feet hips distance apart. That's always a good place to be. Good, and then let's go ahead and release that. Stretch your right arm up. Start to spin your palm to face behind you. All right, and then you can actually even use your left hand to help you find that internal rotation. Bend your right elbow and then just take your left hand on top. So again, kind of just gets into this outer arm area. For some of us, it can feel really, really intense. Keep that breath moving. Again, notice if there's any tension in your face or jaw, soften there. Good, deep inhale. Full, complete exhale. And then as we inhale, let's just stretch our arms out at a diagonal. And then arms perpendicular to shoulders, point the fingertips up. So feel a stretch in the bottom of the wrist there. And then release, fingertips curl up. Good, release the arms down by your side, and then we take that left arm in front. So again, you can press in with your hand. Some of us, it feels better to hook with the elbow. Keep releasing left shoulder blade down your back. Standing nice and tall here. Arches lifting. Tailbone anchors to the earth as your sternum stretches up. Breath smooth and steady. Good, release. And then we're gonna stretch left arm up. Good, find internal rotation. So start to spin the outer arm towards the inner arm. You can use your right hand to help you find that. Bend the elbow, and then take your right hand on top. Apply a little pressure there, and just observe how the sensation shifts. Where are you feeling things a little differently? Inhaling through your nose and exhaling through your nose. Smooth, deep inhale. And full, complete exhale. And then inhale, stretch arms at that diagonal again. Good. And press the walls away. And then let's make fists this time and start to circle around in the wrists, which should feel really good if you've been at the computer a lot today or just in general. Switch directions. This is something that you can do just sitting at your desk a time or two during each day. Before we start to flow anymore, let's just go ahead and stretch out the fingers a little bit too. So you're going to reach your right hand forward, and then taking your left hand, just gently start to pull back. And take a few seconds on each finger. There's no rush. This can be quite intense. Another good one to do pretty regularly. Good. And then when you're finished, you're just standing in your Tadasana mountain pose, arms by your side, palms gently facing forward. So slight external rotation. And then do just make sure that your strap is handy. So kind of at the top of your mat. And then you're going to stay at the top of your mat. And we're going to add on here. So as you inhale, arms reach out and up. As you exhale, hinge forward, fold in. Let the back of your neck lengthen and release. Inhale, chest extends forward, gaze comes forward. We're going to keep the right foot forward, step the left foot way back. Land on that knee. Okay, so just a few breaths here, melting this left hip flexor down. So the more flexible you are, the more you can slide that knee back. That knee is tender. Slide a blanket underneath there, double up your mat. Couple more breaths. Big, big muscles here. So this can be a really intense, challenging pose. Okay, so from here, we're going to upright ourselves. You're going to grab your strap and you're going to make sure you're not on a tightrope. You might need to walk your right foot off to the right a little bit. So we're going to come out pretty wide on the strap and I want you to pull out vigorously, but feel those shoulder blades squeeze in towards each other. So take a nice deep inhale, exhale, keep pulling and then just release back. You probably only go like a third of the way. You're going to feel this on the inseam of the shoulder. Inhale back up. Exhale. Pull down. Good. Inhale up. Exhale, release back, feeling that stretch. It's even across the pectorals for some of us. Inhale up, couple more. Exhale, releasing back. Inhale up to center. Good. One more. Exhale. Let's just stay here for a couple of breaths. Make sure that you're directing your tailbone down, feeling that lift of your sternum up towards the ceiling. Good. Inhale up here. Just move the strap off to one side or the other. And then reach arms up overhead. Anjali Asana. We're going to exhale, release our hands down, frame that front foot, curl left toes under, come up onto your fingertips. So you're stretching forward through your sternum. We're going to inhale, stretch our arms forward by our ears. So you're still leaning forward. Make sure you're not laying that belly down on that right thigh. And then strong, strong legs. Come on up, full crescent pose. All right, bring your palms to face forward, make fists. And then as you exhale, bend the elbows, pull back. So kind of getting into a similar area, but we're a little more loose and open now. Inhale, press up. Exhale, pull back. One more. Inhale up. Exhale, it's like you're moving through molasses, pull down. Good. Inhale, press up. Release the hands, palms pressed together. Maybe palms open, maybe palms press, fists open. I can talk. As you exhale, hands come down to the mat. Gaze forward. Keep your hips this low as you step your right foot to meet your left foot. Take an inhale and plank. So this time, you have the option to do your full plank as you exhale, lower chaturanga. You can always come to your knees. Inhale into your low cobra or your upward facing dog. Beautiful work. As you exhale, you pull back, downward facing dog. Inhale, lift that left leg, keep the hips even. As you exhale, step that foot through. Land on your right knee. So a few breaths here. Stretching out this right hip flexor. This is like the hurt so good pose. How is this side different in your body? We notice these little things. Our yoga practice really trains us to do this, to become really aware. All right, so let's upright ourselves. You're gonna grab that strap again, And then make sure you're not on a tight rope. So let's come out a little wider this time. So let's go into our full shoulder humbler. So as you, strap is reaching up overhead. As you exhale, go ahead and release all the way down. Inhale up to center. And then exhale, we're gonna come forward. So again, you might have to be pretty wide here. Most of us are. Inhale, lift up. Good, exhale, release down, keep pulling out on that strap. Good work. Inhale up to center. Exhale, forward. Let's do 2 more of these like this. I'm just kind of getting into the neck and shoulder area today. This is what happens when your yoga teacher spent 3 hours weeding in the morning and has tight shoulders as a result. You get to suffer. All right, so the next time this strap is reaching up overhead, you're just gonna go ahead and move it off to one side. Inhale, Anjaliasana, gaze up, press palms, feel the heart lift. As we exhale, hands come down. So you can be on your fingertips here, curl your right toes under. So fire up that right leg a lot. Gaze is forward, stretch your arms up overhead. Good, so ears in line with your, I said that wrong, don't go overhead yet. Ears in line with arms. And then peel your chest up, coming into your full crescent pose. Beautiful work. Good, deep inhale here. And then as we exhale, we're gonna release the arms down. So you're making cactus arms. Feel this openness, shoulder blades squeezing in towards each other. As we exhale, again, like you're moving through molasses, press arms in. So just doing those little flies here. Inhale, open up. Feel that front body, finding space. Exhale, press in. Good, inhale, open. Good, exhale, press in. Keep directing your tailbone down, reaching your sternum up, couple more. Good, one more. Good, exhale, press in. And then inhale, reach your arms out and up, gaze up, press palms. As we exhale, hands come down to the mat. We're gonna step our right foot to meet our left foot at the top of the mat. Inhale, chest lengthens. Exhale, fold in. Pressing down into your feet, stretching arms out and up. As you exhale, hands come together at your heart. So starting on our left side, let's just flow with that. So as you inhale, arms reach. Exhale, hinge forward, fold in. Inhale, chest extends forward. All right, so step your right foot back, land on that knee. Inhale, Anjaliasana, low Cobra or low Crescent Pose. As you exhale, hands plant, curl those right toes under. Inhale, stretch arms forward. Good, take an exhale here. And then inhale, peel your chest up, coming into your full crescent pose. Nice work. As you exhale, hands come down to the mat, gaze forward, tailbone reaching back, step your left foot to meet your right foot. Take an inhale here in your plank pose. And then as you exhale, you shift forward, lower halfway hover or all the way down. Inhale into your low cobra or upward facing dog. We can always mix and match these. As we exhale, we pull back, downward facing dog. Keep hips even as you inhale, lift your right leg. Exhale, belly, help step that foot through, land on your left knee. Inhale, carries you up. Anjaliasana. As you exhale, hands come down, curl left toes under so that leg is really nice and strong. Inhale, stretch arms in line with your ears. Take an exhale here, squeeze that right hip back. And then strong legs, inhale. Rise up, crescent pose, maybe press palms. As you exhale, Hands come to the mat. Step your left foot to meet your right foot at the top of the mat. Inhale, chest lengthens. Exhale, fold in. Inhale, press down into your feet. Stretch arms out and up. Beautiful work. As you exhale, hands come together at your heart. Okay, so let's step wide on our mat. You're gonna grab your strap. And let's take it over. What do I want to do here? I'm going to take it over our right shoulder. And you may or may not need it, but just have it handy in case. From deep within this right hip socket, turn that leg out to 90 degrees. Left toes turn in. So we're heel to arch, but you are trying to square your torso to the long edge of the mat. Inhale, arms reach. As you exhale, sink in Virabhadrasana 2. And you can see I'm going a little wider with my stance. Press that front leg to straight, arms reach up overhead, just a few of these getting into the hips. Exhale in. Good. Inhale on up. And then exhale, coming in here. So a couple of breaths, just gazing out over your right fingertips. Feel the shoulder blades release down. The shoulders love to creep up around the ears here. Fire up that back leg. It tends to get a little lazy because all of the work is naturally coming into that front leg. This looks great, Pamela. All right, so go ahead and bring your gaze to the long edge of your mat. Stretch that right arm up. And then you can use your hand again to help you wrap in. Bend the elbow, reach your fingertips down your back, and then stretch that left arm out. Give a thumbs down sign. Start to come down at a diagonal. Bend the elbow. And this is where I'm going to be opposite of you here. You might grab the strap. A few of us might get fingertips. They're all good places to be. You're reaching right elbow up towards the ceiling, but pressing left shoulder head back. So big shoulder opener. And of course, all of this, well, we're getting into this pretty decent hip opener too. So make sure that you're smiling a little bit. At very least, the jaw, the face are soft and relaxed. And then from here, let's press in to the inner edge of that right foot. So just for a breath or two, we're gonna keep the arms like this. We're gonna hinge at that right hip. So we're gonna kind of come into this funky little triangle pose. It's kind of like a halfway there. Can you keep pressing that left shoulder back as you wrap those right ribs up towards the ceiling? Ooh, this is a doozy. All right, press that front leg to straight. Release the arms. Parallel your feet to the edges of the mat. Take a couple of breaths here. Good work. And we're going to take that little sequence to the second side, so you can move your strap over to your left shoulder if that was helpful. From deep within the left hip socket, turn that leg out to 90 degrees. Right toes turn in. Square the torso to the long edge of your mat. Inhale, arms reach. And exhale, sink in. Good. Inhale, come on up. Exhale, find that deep bend, that nice hip opening. Inhale, press legs to straight. Good. Exhale, sink in. Let's do one more here. Inhaling, reaching up. And then exhaling in, Virabhadrasana 2. Bring your gaze out over your left fingertips just for a couple of breaths. Fire up this back leg, but sink deep in to this left knee. It's like you're making a bench for somebody to come and sit on. And then again, just imagine that somebody's sort of pulling on your right fingertips to keep that torso nice and upright. It's squaring towards the long edge of your mat. Okay, so we add the arms here. Reach that left arm up. You can use your right hand to help you find that internal rotation. Bend the elbow, reach down your back. Then right arm reaches out, thumbs down. Good. And then reach up your back. So grabbing fingertips or the strap, right shoulder head back, left fingertips reach, tailbone descends down. Oh, so many things happening. So you keep listening to that sound of your breath. And keep telling yourself that you're really strong, because you are. The brain, the body love to be challenged. We got a couple more breaths here. Maybe see if you can kind of squeeze the outer edges of the feet in towards each other. It's like everything is coming into the midline. Press to the inner edge of that left foot. Start to bring that leg to straight. And then as though we're coming into a funky little triangle pose here, left inner thigh draws back to that right inner thigh. Lengthen through the left side. Try to keep releasing that right shoulder head back as you extend forward through the left elbow. You might feel a little more intense stretch in that left groin area as well. Breath smooth and steady. Great, great work here. Okay, so press to the inner edge of that left foot. Inhale, rise on up. Oh. Release the hands, parallel the feet. Good, and then just start to walk your feet in towards each other. Great, great work here. All the hard shoulder stuff is done. Okay, so we're gonna come to a nice seat here and get into the hips a little bit. As always, if sitting tall is hard, if you tend to round a lot, you're gonna sit up on a blanket. That's gonna make life a little bit easier. We're gonna just find our Dandasana here first. So seated staff pose, legs extended, toes are active, they're pointing up towards the ceiling. And then let's bend this right knee, bring the sole of the foot to the inside of the left thigh. All right. If you're tight in the hamstrings, you're gonna wanna use a strap around the sole of your foot. Otherwise, you can go ahead and inhale, stretch the arms up. Bring your torso to face towards this extended left leg. So you're wrapping these right ribs to the left. There's a little twist. And then exhale, start to hinge forward, fold in. So hands, fingertips, hands might be up around your thigh, might be around your shin. If you're a little more flexible, if you have long monkey arms, maybe you reach that right wrist out and then grab onto it with your left hand. And that's nice. It helps you to find a little twisting action. Actually, the strap is really wonderful too for the same reason. This is a big hamstring stretch. It's a big forward fold. So there's a lot of places that you might be feeling this. You can always bend that left knee. That's a nice little modification as well if you're tighter. And if you're a little more on the flexible side, I want you to think outer hip squeezing in. So you muscularly engage there a little more, and then really think extension through the sides of your waist as opposed to rounding in. Even find a little bit of Cobra pose in your upper body. That might mean that you back out a little bit, but it will probably also intensify the stretch for you. And then finally, you're just listening to your breath. It's probably starting to slow down as we start to wind down here. So the inhale is getting a little longer. And the exhale is getting a little longer. Good. As you inhale, come on up. And then take your right hand to the outside of that knee. And let's just find a little twist here. So knee over ankle, your ankle could be even a little further forward. Reach your right fingertips behind you. Good. And you can hug here with that left arm. Maybe you stretch that arm up. And then exhale. Bring the elbow to the outside. You just get a little leverage there. Beautiful, beautiful work. The left toes love to get a little lazy here, so you keep that leg really active. You feel those sit bones anchor. You're bringing your gaze out towards that right shoulder, potentially. As you inhale, really lengthen. As you exhale, you empty out. Maybe you can leverage yourself in a little deeper. Good. One more deep inhale. And then as you exhale, you unwind, come back to center. Find your Dandasana. Seated staff pose. Pressing into the center of your heels, inner thighs spiral down, shoulders stacking over your sit bones. And just observing the effort required to sit like this. Beautiful. We take our second side. Sole of the left foot to the inside of the right thigh. So setting up for a Janu Shasana, head to toe pose. So we're finding a little twist. Maybe you're just using the strap around your feet here. If you're a little more open, stretch the arms up. And then exhale, hinge, forward fold in. Maybe grabbing onto that right wrist with your left hand, and that right palm is facing outward. And then that's nice, again, because it helps you to find that leverage you need to twist a little bit. So wrapping those left ribs to the right. Again, if you're a little more on the flexible side, you're engaging muscularly, especially squeezing those outer hips in. And then thinking extension, getting really long in your spine as opposed to rounding in. This looks beautiful. Soaking up that sound of your breath. Best music going. Nice and easy as you inhale, roll on up here. And then just using your left hand to help draw that left knee in. So setting up knee over ankle, maybe ankle slightly forward. And then you can hug here, reach your left fingertips behind you. Maybe you want to get in a little deeper. So hooking elbow to the outside of that left thigh. Keep pressing shoulder heads back. Keep that extended right leg really active. It's like you're standing on it. Maybe you're bringing your gaze out towards that left shoulder if it feels okay to do so in your neck. Good deep inhale. As you exhale, start to unwind here. Extending left leg to straight. We're going to come into Pashimotonasana. So big stretch here. As you inhale, arms reach out and up. And again, you might be using a strap around your feet. Otherwise, you exhale, hinge, forward fold in. If you're a little more on the flexible side, lock the bottoms of the feet is really nice. You can hold on to the edge of that. It can kind of just intensify the stretch a little bit. It also reminds you to keep those toes pointing up towards the ceiling. Beautiful, Pamela. Again, how long can you get? This is a forward fold, yes. But in the upper body, can you find a little back bend? Good. As you inhale, you roll on up. Bend your knees, give yourself a squeeze. And from here, you're going to make your way into your final resting pose. So you're welcome to end seated in quiet meditation. Most of us are going to probably want to come onto our backs into Shavasana. So use any props that you need here. Blanket under the knees, blocks under the knees can feel really good, especially if you tend to have a tender lower back. Otherwise, you're also welcome to just come into a classic Shavasana. Make any little adjustments that you need to so you feel really comfortable and supported. It's nice not to be touching any props. And then let go, surrender here. So you've done all the hard work. Now you're allowing your body, your brain to rest, to assimilate all that work. And you're also soaking up these final moments of stillness before you return to the rest of your day. Just a few moments here. Good. Take a deeper inhale. Open your mouth. Sigh the breath out. Ha. Good. And then just start to bring some gentle movement back to your body. Wiggle fingers, toes, stretch out. Staying soft and quiet. Roll to one side or the other, just finding the fetal position. Then you're going to use your hands to help you press up to a comfortable seat. Last check-in here. How are you feeling differently? Hopefully it feels like you're sitting a little taller with a greater sense of ease. Like there's more space for your breath to move. Hopefully it feels like your headspace is a little calmer, quieter. You might even be feeling a little happy. So soak all of this up. Send yourself love and gratitude for making it happen, for showing up, for working hard. And then just promise yourself that you're going to carry a little bit of this good feeling with you into the rest of the day, the rest of the week ahead. Palms come together at your heart. Bow your head with a smile. Beautiful work today. Thank you. Namaste.